Have you ever felt like you were being watched? Imagine a doll sitting in the corner of your room, lifeless, motionless, but somehow it feels alive. Dolls are supposed to be innocent toys, but some of them carry dark secrets. Unlike Annabelle, whose terrifying legend inspired horror movies, there are many real-life haunted dolls with even more disturbing stories. Tonight, we're going to explore some of the creepiest, most haunted dolls in the world. Dolls that whisper, move on their own, and bring nightmares to those who dare to own them. So, are you ready to uncover the horrifying truth? Stay with me until the end. But don't be surprised if you start hearing whispers in the dark. 1. Robert the Doll. The original chilling curse. Our first story takes us to Key West, Florida, home to one of the most terrifying dolls in history, Robert the Doll. Robert belonged to a boy named Robert Eugene Otto, who received the doll in the early 1900s. But this wasn't just any toy. It was handmade, eerily lifelike, and came with a sinister past. Some believe it was cursed by a servant who had been mistreated by the Otto family. Not long after receiving the doll, strange things started happening. The boy, Eugene, would talk to Robert the doll, and the doll seemed to whisper back. At first, his parents thought it was just childhood imagination, but then things escalated. Objects in the house began moving on their own. Chairs would shift, doors would slam shut, and worst of all, neighbors claimed to see Robert the doll moving from window to window when no one was home. Eugene would wake up screaming, claiming that Robert had tried to attack him in the night. The doll was even blamed for violent outbursts and mysterious accidents around the house. Even after Eugene grew up and moved away, Robert the doll remained in the house, locked away in the attic. But it didn't stop there. New owners of the home reported hearing footsteps and giggles coming from the attic. Today, Robert the doll resides in the Fort East Martello Museum in Key West. Visitors who mock him, refuse to ask permission before taking his picture, or even joke about him, have reported experiencing terrible luck, accidents, and nightmares. Is Robert truly cursed? Or is he simply a vessel for something far more sinister? But Robert isn't the only haunted doll that has terrified the world. Second, Okiku, the doll that grows human hair. Next, we travel to Japan, where a doll named Okiku has baffled scientists and horrified those who visit her. The story begins in 1918, when a young girl named Okiku received a doll as a gift from her older brother. She loved the doll dearly and took it everywhere. But tragically, Okiku passed away at a very young age. Her family, heartbroken, placed the doll on their household altar in memory of their beloved daughter. And then, something strange happened. The doll's jet black hair, which was originally cut short, began to grow. The family trimmed it, only to find that it kept growing back. Even more disturbingly, they believed the spirit of their daughter had somehow possessed the doll. Frightened, yet unwilling to part with the last memory of their child, the family eventually entrusted the doll to a temple, where she remains to this day. Even modern scientific analysis has confirmed that the hair is real human hair. But where is it coming from? If you ever visit the Manenji Temple in Japan, you can see Okiku. But be warned, some visitors claim they've seen her mouth move, as if whispering. 3. Mandy the Haunted Doll. The doll that cries. Our next haunted doll is Mandy, a porcelain doll from Canada, with a reputation that sends shivers down the spine. Mandy was donated to the Quesnel Museum in British Columbia in 1991. But as soon as she arrived, strange things began happening. Employees would hear footsteps when no one was there. Objects went missing, only to reappear in strange places. Some even reported hearing a baby's cry, coming from the display case where Mandy was kept. Visitors who dared to take photos of Mandy reported their cameras malfunctioning. Some claimed they saw her eyes follow them across the room. Others swore they saw her blink. But the most terrifying stories come from those who once owned Mandy before she was given to the museum. One woman reported waking up in the middle of the night to find Mandy sitting at the edge of her bed, staring at her. Even today, people who visit Mandy's exhibit report feeling uneasy, as if an invisible presence is watching them. Could Mandy still be haunted? Or is she simply waiting for her next victim? 4. The hands resist him. The cursed painting. Not all haunted objects are dolls. Some are paintings. One of the most disturbing is The Hands Resist Him, a painting so eerie that it has been called the most haunted piece of art in existence. Created in 1972 by artist Bill Stoneham, the painting shows a young boy standing beside a life-sized doll. Behind them, ghostly hands press against a glass window, hands of unseen spirits trying to break free. The painting was first owned by an art gallery, where staff reported feeling uneasy around it. Then it was sold to a private owner, and that's when things got worse. People who owned the painting reported seeing the boy and the doll move in the middle of the night. Some claimed the figures disappeared from the canvas altogether. Others said they saw the doll holding a gun. When the painting was eventually listed for sale online, the seller included a chilling warning. Anyone who looked at the image for too long would feel sick, dizzy, or even see shadowy figures in their homes. Even those who simply viewed a photo of the painting claimed to have terrifying nightmares. Conclusion. Final warning. Dolls, paintings, artifacts, objects that should be harmless. But as history has shown, sometimes objects can hold something far more sinister, something waiting, watching, lurking in the darkness. Whether you believe in ghosts or not, one thing is certain. These haunted dolls and cursed objects have left behind terrifying stories that can't be explained. So, the next time you see an old doll staring at you from across the room, don't look away, because you never know. It might just blink, whisper, "I see you,"